So we started in a very lean way. So I heavily believe in the lean startup method. So always validate as soon as possible your assumptions. So we didn't make a business model and plan for years before starting. Actually, when I had this idea, I called Martijn, my companion, which I knew from my house. And we just started on the cargo bike. Literally a few weeks after the idea, we bought jars at the IKEA and the first bulk groceries at the Macro, which there's all the small packages. And we started in my home, in our own kitchen, with hairnets and gloves, and we washed the jars in our dishwasher. And that's how we started. So we did tests first with a flyer test. We went into the trains, randomly giving people flyers which said either your local groceries, package-free delivered, so from your greengrocer, cheesemaker, or a very fast, so delivered within 2 hours. Maybe that's what people want when it comes to package-free groceries, or just your regular groceries from the Albert Heijn, package-free delivered. And we measured how many people went to the website from these different versions. And it turned out the Puur Bezorgd version, purely delivered, converted the best versus locally delivered versus fastly delivered. So that's one of the examples of the tests we did that followed. Okay, we just start with regular groceries, then we did another test. Should we start with fresh or with pantry groceries? Well, pantry groceries seemed well. Okay, that's also suiting well for jars, because rice, pasta fits in the jars. There's no food waste because everything is sold before it's out of date, because there's a shelf date quite long. So we started with pantry groceries. So pasta, rice, olive oil, but also peanut butter. I believe for entrepreneurship you have to fall in love with the problem. Because you fall in love with the problem, the solution you care less about, and you try to find the right solution. Well, if you fall in love with your solution, with your idea, you want your idea, you know. So fall in love with the problem, and then alter your solution until it solves the problem. But there are always in sustainability two problems. One is the problem of the world, of the sustainability that you want to solve. And yes, there's a small group of consumers, and it's growing, that cares about solving that problem. So they buy package-free groceries because it's better for the environment. But to make the real shift and the disruption and the system change, you also have to solve a problem apart from the problem of the world, from the consumer itself. So always try to find this end-end. We try to find it with Peter Pot. You want convenient groceries and the most sustainable way. However, we are not the most convenient yet. So this is what we are still solving. So we're working now on our own glass jar design that's square, fits in better in people's homes, but also optimized for our circular chain. So there fits more jars in our crates, etc. It's a bit more lightweight because these are mason jars. Wek jars, wekpotten, but these makes them very heavy and very sturdy. So there's very small breakage. However, the jar can be optimized. So that's the design process we started a few years ago. It's a big challenge to find the optimal circular jar for a range of 500 products. There are lots of future possibilities with our circular packaging system. So for example, supermarkets don't have any idea on the shelf dates of the products in their shelves. So the guy that works there checks every day the products and their dates, and he sees when it's out of date almost, he puts a 35% discount sticker on it. So what we could do in the future is make the jar smart. So one, measure the shelf date, so you get a notification automatically when something's almost out of date, and recipe tips what to make with it based on what you have in stock, so all your other ingredients. And secondly, also get a notification when something is almost empty. So you know automatically what you have to order for your next order, because the system knows what you have in stock, what's almost empty. So it has a sort of a small weight measure. And this is possible, so this could be included in our new jar design.